So a couple of weeks ago, I created a post asking whether I should C6 Bennett on an account I was building, and got a lot of different opinions. There are mainly two that stood out, with one person basically saying that even though they could C6 Bennett, they don't, because he will lower Eula's normal attack damage. I mean, yeah, I can see why since physical meta lacks proper supports. So with C6 Bennett's forced Pyro infusion, it might ruin her playstyle. Another comment just mentioned, and ruin my Eula team? Hell no. This comment actually got a chuckle out of me, and it's ultimately why I decided to do this video. So if C6 Bennett is as bad as it seems, why not use my account that has C6 Bennett to try a Pyro Eula build out? Trust me, as cursed as this build sounds, she is actually good as a Pyro DPS. And if you don't believe me, watch and find out. So the funny thing is, my Eula is actually my lowest level 5-star at level 40. Because I started building her like a while ago, but I just decided to not continue, mostly because she's physical, and I don't really like the physical playstyle. So ironic how when I want to build her, I'm deciding to go with a Pyro team. So this is the team that I will be most likely playing her in Abyss with at the very end, but also the team that I'm going to be using right now, since it's a double Pyro team with Eula as a Cryo and technically Pyro character. Let me check out her build right now. I believe her build is a physical build, so I'll need to change out for sure. And I do not know how to play Eula as well. I never really used her ever since I got her. Weapon-wise, I actually have a lot of choices. I could just slap her the Wolf Gravestone and see how it works. And maybe also alternate Malvika's weapon with her. Or I could just go the Battle Pass route and go with Serpent Spine. So there's a lot of options for me for sure. Alright, so the Pyro Eula build is going to be the most interesting part artifact-wise, since it is recommended to use not any of these, but most likely the Crimson Witch of Flame set. So let me take a look and see if I have anything good right now that I could use. Okay, so this is the one I have that's probably the best for me. So let me just kind of equip all of these. Alright, so I got 4-piece Crimson Witch. Her stats is looking okay. I did missing some crit rate, but right now my stance is pretty bad. I mean, I could just switch this one in, I guess. To celebrate Rizli's rerun, I'm gonna just be switching out his artifacts, and let his artifact get stolen. And let's take a look at our build right now. 37% crit rate and 197 crit damage. So looking at this kind of build, it makes me really want to just ultimately use the Serpent Spine, because for now, I don't have any other weapon I could use. And this one gives 27% crit rate. And with this build, my crit rate looks pretty good actually, 65%, and my crit damage is almost at 200. So yeah, we can start off with this build and just see how she feels, and we'll just adjust later on. It's so weird coming to Dragon Spine after so long, because her boss material is appearing the Cryo Hypostasis, and as someone that haven't really been to Dragon Spine in a while, this boss is definitely kind of weird to fight with. Alright, so with my normal attack, I'm doing around like 10k already, which is okay right now. But this is what C6 Bennett basically gives you. You get some Pyro damage bonus and Pyro infusion. Alright, here I go again. So we're getting melts, and we're hitting like 5k so far. It's actually not bad. Alright, pretty easy. Oh, nice. Okay, so she ascends with crit damage. That is actually pretty good to know, because I just surpassed the 200% crit damage mark. And I unlock a new talent as well. Alright, so at level 60, let me see how far I can take her talents. I might actually just consider crowning her normal attack, because Eula's normal attack actually have very high multipliers. And I know Genshin wants us to do her burst first, because if you build her as a physical, you might want to use her burst more. But since I'm building her as mostly a Pyro character, I can kind of ignore the burst if I choose to. But we won't ignore it for now, because extra damage is extra damage. Alright, so I'm in level 6 now. That's pretty good. And this is my current build for now. And we'll just go test out more about damage. Alright, so vaporizing wise, damage, it's around 10k still. Good about building a Pyro Eula is you can also freeze enemy with Shincho. Alright, artifact wise, I didn't really get much. Alright, round 2, like around 10k-ish. Of course, Xiangling is also helping out with her Pyro damage. Okay, let's see how far we can take Eula. We'll just continue leveling her up as well. Got another 10% crit damage for leveling her to 80. Alright, so at level 80, we could probably raise our talents a little bit more. Let's get it to level 8 for normal attack. So right now our damage is looking pretty good. Okay, this domain actually has some pyro damage bonus, so let's see how much damage you can do here. Alright, I can't really tell. Wait, is that 58k or is that Xiangling? I saw a 58k, but I'm not really sure if that was me or not. It's pretty hard to tell. Alright, let's see what happens. So I'm hitting like 27k-ish. 40k? But that's mostly with melt though. 40k will melt. Vaporize 41k. So hitting around 40,000. That's pretty interesting. So my level is 80 right now with around 1.9k attack. I really want to change my build a little bit though, because I do want to wield a 5-star weapon to see how much damage I can do. Like Serpent Spine is great and all, but I'd rather just use a 5-star weapon to test out like what the true limits are for Eula. I'm really thinking about upgrading to the 1000 Blazing Sun, because the base attack is just very high, and there's also some crit rate stats with some extra crit damage as well. But speaking of which, this weapon is only level 80, so I might actually just go farm a little bit. For team comp, I'm actually going to change Citlali into this because I wanted to try just melt and see how much I'll be able to do. Alright. So I'm doing around 30k, but I'm not sure if I'm consistently melting though. 60k. Okay. I know Citlali also benefits Eula a lot because of her 20% Pyro Res Shred, so that might also be a case. But I think the only issue with this team comp though is just not being able to get my burst up on Bennett as often. But that's fine though, since as long as I feed energy onto Bennett, I should be good. So yeah, damage wise, I'm very digging the big numbers I'm seeing. I'm actually not seeing anything. I'm just seeing some lasers. Ultimately though, in my opinion, I think Xingqiu's Vaporize will probably be more consistent than Melt. Unless the enemy is already like cryo infused. I gotta say though, like her skill also does a lot of damage if I crit. That's also pretty impressive in its own way. Okay, so for Malvika's weapon, we can finally get it to level 90. We only got 1% crit rate from leveling from 80 to 90. But we got a lot of base attack though, so let's see what stat we'll have after we switch the weapons. So crit rate is a little bit low though. I think we should definitely work on our artifacts to get higher crit rate. But yeah, with our current artifact stats, I think it might be better if we actually just go and strongbox something, because I kind of want to see a higher crit rate. Didn't get anything good here, unfortunately. Okay, I got a goblet. Please be pyro.
Huh?
What? This shouldn't be locked if it's not even good. And of course I get an HP double crit. Of course. Whoa, there's so many senses locked. There's no way. Okay. We got a Pyro Goblet, but there's no crit damage, unfortunately. So I'm gonna unlock it. I'm actually curious though, like, is this a scam or did I just get super lucky? Because all of the scents are locked. I could probably tell if these are actually good or not based on the first one, so... Okay. I mean, this is okay, but I'd rather see some double crit. Alright, yeah. Yup. Why are energy recharge ones already automatically locked? I literally got my hopes up for a second. Okay, we finally got a flower that's locked. So, of course, it's double crit, but the stats are a little bit low though. So we'll see how this rolls. Alright, let's confuse Genshin for a sec. We'll just go use our artifact that we just got and enhance it. Since we're on Eula, Genshin will never know. Crit damage? Okay. I mean, if everything hits crit, that would be good. But as I said that, I just got attack. Another one. Alright. Good artifact turns pretty bad instantly. I'm actually wondering though, if I have any higher crit rate stats. So this one does have 10% crit rate. It might be actually better to sacrifice a little bit of our crit damage for some higher crit rate, since we're using a different weapon now. So actually might be better if I change into this flower instead. And now what are my stats looking like? 52% crit rate, okay. Still want ideally a little bit higher. Feather-wise, I could definitely get a higher amount of crit rate as well. But there is 63 elemental mastery on this feather that I actually want to keep. So maybe I might use a crit rate circlet instead. If I have one, that is. Okay, these two are crit rate, but there's no crit damage substats on it. This is pretty interesting. I do have some crit rate circlets with high crit damage, like Ventis is right now. So I might actually just try this different build out and see the damage I do once I go test out my team. So unfortunately, we have to change out this sands. I don't think it's the end of the day, since I do have some sands that's actually salvageable, at least what Mona is using right now. So stats wise, we're looking like this. Crit damage is a little bit lower, but I think that is okay as long as our crit rate is higher. And since we're using a different weapon now, we might be doing more damage. So I kind of want to test it out. So I'm not going to change anything else and go into the domain I was in earlier to see whether or not there's some changes here. So I swapped back to Shincho as well, since I was using Shincho earlier when I was in this domain. Okay. 40k. I think my Serpent Spine build might be doing more damage earlier. So that's interesting. So yeah, this build definitely does less damage. But if I just switch it right now to test, I might be getting a better picture. So I believe this was my build earlier. Let's go back in. But damage-wise, 50k, definitely more. Especially my first hit. Alright, I think it's time to ascend Eula as well now. She's finally level 90. After like I have her for more than a year. So yeah, now she's level 90. Let's get her talent all the way up to level 10. Okay, I need to get a little bit more of the talent book. I actually don't have the books. What? I didn't know I was actually missing these books. Hold on, I might actually be cooking something here. Not literally, but you know, in a bit. Alright, so we got a battle pass to 48. And because of the pay to win battle pass thing, I believe she needs resistance. But I have enough now. No, I need 16 of them. You know what? I did attempt it, so I guess level 9 is the furthest we could take her, which is kind of unfortunate because I didn't account for me actually needing Mondstadt talent books. But here we are, I guess. So no crown for her for now. She'll stay at level 9. Yeah, she's at level 90 now. 2000 attack with Serpent Spine. And I guess this is her build for now, which is pretty good so far. But before we try out the Abyss, I kind of want to play a Plungula team as well. Alright, we got an Electro as well, so this is good. I'm actually not really sure how this will work, but we'll try. Ow. So I'm doing like 100k when I crit, which is pretty good. Vaporizing for 100k. I was able to kill the boss as well, which I'm pretty impressed. Rest in peace, Primordial Bishop. I'll miss you. Alright, it's time to fight a boss that often lets out a big giant fart. So damage-wise, we're doing like around the same. Pretty nice. Let's also try the Citlali Melt team again. Now that we're fully built. I'm not going to use Xiangling though, because I want to test out my true damage. So I'm hitting like almost 60k, which is pretty nice. Okay, so I kind of changed my Eula build again, back to the 1000 Blazing Suns, and with a Elemental Mastery Sands, just to test out what my Elemental damage will be when I melt. So this is her current build so far. And with the weapon, once I use my elemental skill, I should be able to do around 200% crit damage. So yeah, I want to try out this melt build with Eula against a weekly boss just to see how much damage I could potentially do. So fighting this boss is two things that might go wrong. One is I don't crit, and two, the boss dies before I can actually test out my damage. So let's see if I melt 70k. I think that's like the highest damage I've done so far with my normal attack, so that's pretty good. 87k. So it'll be nice to know how much the boss can withstand my attacks once I get to my second phase. Okay, I'm just hoping I don't randomly melt the boss and the boss just loses all of his HP. So I need to do this. I didn't crit! I already knew this would happen. Alright, round 2. Hoping this will actually crit for once. Alright, 100k where I crit. So it's pretty nice. Able to one-shot a boss as well. So it's time for the Abyss. I'm probably gonna stick with the same build with Eula. So this is probably gonna be the build. Only thing I'm gonna change is my team comp. I'm gonna switch back to the Vaporize team, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm hoping that this team can take place of Dark Eula, which is Arlecchino, because they kind of look similar to each other in a way. So this month's Abyss is pretty unique in a way which there's pyro damage based off of normal attack increased by 75%. And Eula deals damage with normal attack. So with our pyro build, she will be perfect for this Abyss. And honestly, it's a reason why I decided to just bring this team either way. So we'll see how this turns out. So we got attack for the damage boost. This Abyss is pretty hard though, because there's a bunch of enemies. So hopefully we'll still be able to do enough damage to clear. Damage-wise so far, respectable. The boss is pretty annoying though, because I know this boss, even though Pyro is very good against it, boss loves moving around, so hopefully the boss won't move out of my circle. And solid damage based off of our normal attack so far. Pretty nice rotation. Oh, this is why I don't like this boss. It keeps moving. I'm surprised I'm actually critting more often than I am, because 65% isn't really that high. Okay, here comes the annoying part. Oops, kind of missed my skill, which is kind of bad because I probably won't have my burst up when I want later on. Okay, so I kind of didn't save my burst for this chamber. Hopefully this won't come back to bite me. Good. Froze all enemies in the beginning. You know what? I'm gonna burst with Eula just for fun. And then hopefully one rotation can kill all the enemies here. But I'm not holding my breath since they're pretty tanky. Yeah, that wasn't really enough, unfortunately. Alright, 50k. Okay, I'll burst back again. Alright, I was waiting for that. Damage is pretty good. Managed to deal half of the boss's HP now, so not gonna complain about that. Okay, it kind of sucks how I don't have my burst back up. Well, this is a perfect time to do so much damage. Alright, 60k. Oh, nice. I got some pretty good RNG though, because the boss is getting like instantly down by me, like when I try to stand up. Time-wise, I think we're fine. Oh, this boss definitely takes a lot of time right now. Alright, can I get my burst back though? Don't think so. I mean, I was able to get 3 stars, so pretty impressive. Alright, final chamber. This is pretty RNG heavy, so I'm hoping that I'm able to get my sacrificial sword reset, since I'll be needing my energy if I want to kill the boss in one rotation. This boss also sucks away your energy, so I can't really do much right now until it stops like charging up. Alright, I should be able to start like gathering my energy back, so that's good. Alright, hopefully Shincho gets his energy recharged. Nice. Now I'm just hoping that I'm able to just power through the boss. So hopefully Eula doesn't let me down. No! Okay. That kind of sucks. This will be taking a lot of time. But that's, I guess, maybe one less crit that made a difference. But we should still be fine though. Alright. That was mildly annoying. And this thing kind of moves away as well, which is gonna be a problem. Okay. Overall, not really the most fun abyss because the team comps are a bit more restrictive, but I'll take it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check this video out where I built the most hated Fontaine character by clicking on the link here.